Good morning, everyone. I'd like to take you through looking at the business plan that we're going to be doing in this class. You've already been in to Cengage and have looked over how to use the program. But what I have here is my screen for doing this. But as we've pointed out in the past, over here is the fastest way to get the full book. And I just want to go ahead and click on that and bring up the actual textbook. I will go ahead and expand that to a full view. And when you do this, this is the front cover of the book. If any of you have a physical book, it looks just like this, except it's paper, of course. But if you go over here to the table of contents in the upper left-hand corner, I just want to go ahead and go to the end of the first section, the environment of the business. And I'm going to go to the summary simply because I want to get to the end of that section. And what we're going to be doing, what you're going to be doing, I should say, is building a business plan. So let me click on this. And this starts you thinking about how to do a business plan. Of course, the first thing you and your team need to do is build or come up with an idea for a business. And once you've done that, then we have this guided set of questions and chapters that will show you how to put together a business plan. And again, you'll be looking at this. I just want to show you the schematic here on how to build a business plan. But the first step, of course, is choosing your own business. And you and your team will go through this and read all of this and think about getting a business. Now, again, this is a freshman level course, so I don't expect you to have any brilliant ideas yet about what business you might have. But as you go around Marquette and you see various food trucks, the breweries, the blossoming marijuana dispensaries, and so on, there are all sorts of entrepreneurial things going on now in Marquette. And so come up with something. And this is supposed to be a fun project. In the process of creating this business plan, you're going to learn all the aspects of a business. And that's the purpose of this course. And so, but the actual first set of questions don't start until the end of section 2, which are the next several chapters after 1, 2, and 3. And so, but you need to get going on this business plan. And once you do, you will have your plan or have your business in mind. Then by the time you get to the end of chapters 4 and 5, let's go down here to the summary. And this will be part 2 of building the business plan. And at this point, it starts asking you specific questions. And so these are to be written up. You and your team are to answer all of these questions. Now, and I want this done in a Word document, and then also produce a PowerPoint or use the Google version of this to put together a presentation. But it has to cover all of these points. And so you'll be doing this for all of the different sections. So at the end of part 1, which we just had up, this is part 2. And then we can, while we're at it, we'll just go to part 3 here. That's the end of chapters 6, 7, and 8. And so on, a different set of questions. And they'll be going through and doing this. Now, I want this written out in Word because it's the way that you actually, that I can, if you can actually do it in Cengage, and if you're in the assignments in Cengage, you'll see that at the end of each one of these, it'll actually have a section on there for the business plan. The problem is, though, it's weird grading on my end. I've never had a good result with that. So I want all of these questions answered and submitted on EduCat. And in class, we'll discuss the dates and so on. And you can always look at EduCat when these are due. But I want this done and submitted on EduCat. Now, at the end of the semester, I will have you, as a team, do a presentation, but given the difficulties of presenting in the classroom with the current pandemic, you'll record these, and we'll have some instruction later on about how to use VoiceThread for you and your group to record your presentation, and then it'll be posted onto EduCat, and all the other people in class can look at them. So we'll go ahead and do that, and anyway, this should be a fun project. It's going to be a little scary at first, getting going on this, but and this is what you're going to be doing the day that you're not in the classroom with your group. You're going to be working on your business plan, so don't put it off. Get going right away. So starting next week, you guys need to sit down together as a group of people and think about what your business is going to be. And more on this later.